spiritual seekers. So this is Tarot Tuesday, and we're going to pick our next tarot card from the deck. So this week's tarot card is going to be the 10 of Pentacles. In the Spirit Song Tarot, it actually doesn't go up to 10, it goes up to page. And the earth sign in this tarot deck is actually acorns, or at least I interpret it that way. So this is the way this deck would interpret it. In the tattoo deck, it's actually represented as coins. So this is what the 10 of coins looks like. So again, each deck, this is representing pretty much the same card, just they're using a different description and different artwork. So the 10 of Pentacles, the Pentacles are really representing more of like the earth kind of sign. So depending on what deck you're kind of looking for, so like the Spirit Song, for example, the more earth sign or more earth, part of the deck, in my opinion, was the acorns. Same with like the coins. That was the more kind of like earth coin symbol type part of this deck. So the 10 of Pentacles, the overall theme of the 10 of Pentacles is protection. Now, depending on where in your reading this card falls out in, will show either where that protection is stemming from, where it is currently, or how it's blocking you. So if it is a card representing you, it's a good indication that you have good protection, that you're kind of secure in yourself, or you're secure in how you're progressing through life at this moment, that you've protected yourself in ways that you needed to, and that's good. You have a good foundation. When it's representing something that is surrounding you, it could represent your family, saying that you have a strong heritage of protection, or you have a strong surrounding of people around you that are protecting you or have your support or giving you support. If it's in a placement where it represents what's blocking you or what is, what you're struggling with, it could be a part of either not enough protection or too much protection. So not enough protection can mean that you're just letting yourself being invaded by everything, overwhelming thoughts or feelings, or just stretching yourself too thin so you're not able to actually complete what you actually need to or what you desire to. Having too much protection, this is usually what happens when you put up those walls too much, right? Those walls are up too high, so you're protecting yourself so much that you're actually not allowing anything to come in, which can obviously be an issue. Having walls up too high is not allowing, it's not allowing negative or bad things to come in, but it's also not allowing good or positive things to come in. So that could be an indication that you may need to break down those barriers a little bit and kind of start letting things in. That's the only way you're going to get what you want. If it's in a placement of your foundation or what is behind you, again, this is more representing kind of your past, where you've built up those barriers, you've built up that resistance in the past, and you have it going forward. Or in your foundation, this again can reflect on your family or the people that are surrounding you, or it could be a foundation of what you've already kind of built up. You're already on a good foundation. So if you want to kind of go across, like go against the grain or kind of explore a little bit, you have that good foundation to support you going forward. If it's something that is looking at in the future, it could just be representing that you will get that in the future. And usually there's other people involved with this. So if there's a foundation or protection part that is going to be part of your growth or something you're trying to work towards, that could mean that those people that are going to help you achieve that are going to be coming into your life. When you have that good protection of people around you and that foundation for moving forward, then wealth, success, love, like good, stable relationships can be achieved. So that could be a sign that that will be coming in the future. If this is part of your kind of persona or how you're projecting yourself in the world, a lot of times this can represent that you present yourself as a very successful person and somebody who has a very strong, rich tradition, and you know yourself, you know how you are presenting yourself in the world, and you bring in those traditions and aspects of your past that are important to you. If this is part of your persona that you're kind of projecting into the world, it could be just mentioned that you need to take a moment and just reflect on what you hold dear. Just because it's tradition or what we've been taught and what we've been doing all our lives, or, you know, for X amount of time, doesn't necessarily mean that it's serving us to its full purpose. That can also create blockages by too much protection. You're holding on to your traditions and the way you've always done things, and it's actually preventing you from doing things better or letting new ideas or new ways of doing things that would actually benefit you. So to wrap this one up, the Ten of Pentacles, the overall theme is protection. Again, when you're doing more of like an intuitive reading, if you know that the basis is protection, then you can kind of look at the artwork, feel the channels opening, and kind of getting what you're kind of feeling from the card. So for example, in this Ten of Pentacles, there's a nice depiction of a castle. There's stars above, and there's it looks like a woman and a man kind of dancing in the bottom there, or it looks like he may be trying to court her. So I mean, there's a lot of things that you could read from this card that would pertain to protection. It's just more of using your intuition on what aspect of the artwork of this card is pertaining to either me or whoever you're doing the reading to. Looking at the coins, for example, there's a lot of elements to this card. There's jewels, there's a Celtic knot, there's some stars. Obviously, there's the coins themselves. There's a lot of green in this card, so this kind of gears me like towards money and actual coins. When you think of coins, it's, you know, money, currency, things like that. So there's a lot of aspects of this card that you could also draw from as well. In the Page of Acorns, now this deck is definitely animal, stronger animal themed. So this one is more of a kind of mythical creature, which a lot of them are. Like, there's some dead on to, like, you know, how they're actually like real animals. Some of them are a little bit mixed. This one looks a little bit mixed to me, so it's kind of like a monkey, but there's also some sea aspects to it. There's obviously the acorn, and it looks like there's some like sea plant life. That's what it kind of comes across with me. So whenever I'm kind of looking at like sea stuff or like things with water, but we're also have the earth element, it looks like a lot of cleansing. So this could be a depiction of possibly protection in a cleansing aspect, right? Or there's the monkey. The monkey jumps around, the monkey can go up, they can go down, they can kind of go everywhere. So it could be just having more protection overall, right? Like not having one aspect, just having all of them cohesive. And there could be a cleansing process in actually achieving that. So there's every card, even though in my opinion, all of these cards kind of represent relatively the same thing as far as in relation to the rest of the deck. But you could read different things from each deck. And this is one of the things of, sometimes I use multiple cards in readings. I usually always do. I start with my kind of standard deck or my go-to deck, and then kind of switch decks from there as I feel like, I need to pull this deck, that deck, etc. So this is where trying out different decks and different artwork can kind of gear you on which ones you find easier to read or to read with. Yeah, so Ten of Pentacles, that's the card for this week, and I'll see you next week.